So is anyone else just sick and tired of 2020? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am not on a trail, as you can see, sitting here in my car. It's been getting kind of gross outside the past few weeks. I did get out and actually go on a local hike, and I did get some footage of that, so hopefully if I can find the motivation to edit it, I can have something posted to the channel soon that is hike related. But I just wanted to come on here and just chat for a little bit, talk about the year, reflect back on 2020, and just vent a little bit. If that's cool with you guys. If not, you know where the stop button is. It's totally fine. Let's go for a drive. So it's midweek, mid-November, the tail end of 2020. Getting close to Thanksgiving Day. The state of Washington has gone into some new COVID restrictions. And you know, it's just kind of gross outside. It's just been kind of dreary. It's been really windy. And I just kind of finding myself feeling a little bit depressed. I'm generally unmotivated. I found out yesterday afternoon that it was National Take a Hike Day. You know what I did? I didn't take a hike. I was kind of sad about it. I think by the time I had realized it was maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had just been kind of sitting at home most of the day, binge watching The Crown on Netflix. I want to find better things to do with my time than just kind of sitting around binge watching shows, especially since I haven't been working. And so yeah, yesterday was kind of the first time that I had done that outside of just kind of watching shows in the evening time, but like just during the day, actually just watching stuff on Netflix. So I'm not too upset about it, but yeah, I kind of started job searching again. Although I don't know if it's necessarily the best idea, considering all of the COVID restrictions, and you know, the numbers appear to be going up as they kind of expected that they would as we're getting into colder season. And so part of me is, you know, figuring it makes more sense to not get a job doing something where I'm going to be, you know, in contact with a lot of people throughout the day, like general population type stuff. And you know, I'm thankful that I have had the opportunity to make a little bit of money on the side by watching my nephew, Keith's nephew technically, during the week. And so every other week I spend all day with him, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we're just gonna hang out and do schoolwork and other things, play Minecraft. He's been teaching me how to play Minecraft. Yeah, no, it's been fine. It's been good. I have to say though, I really just kind of miss interacting with people, like in person. Yeah, I drove down to Seattle on Monday to do a survey, an in-person survey, and I just, while I was kind of driving through the area and revisiting some of the spots that we used to frequent, just kind of had me thinking about, you know, wishing that I could stop by my old work like I used to and say hi to people and see how everybody's doing and commiserate about how shitty things were and just, yeah, things like that. So I feel like that it's always just, you know, the same way that I feel about any time that I've gone back to like playing World of Warcraft though. There's that initial feeling of that nostalgia, like the first time that you played it and how much fun it was and how it kind of like changed your life in some way. That's how I felt when I was working at Eagle View. It's just, you know, all the people that I met and all the experiences that I got to have there were very special, and they're good memories in my head. But going back there now it's not the same. It'll never be the same. It'll never be that way. And so, you know, just feel a little bit sad about it this week. But yeah, I get to chat with a few people from Old Eagle View every once in a while, and then that's nice. So yeah, you know, I want to stop and ask you guys though, how are you? How have you been? What's going well in your life? What's going not so well in your life? I think that it's really easy to concentrate and focus on just all the negative things that are going on in the world this year specifically, and to forget that, you know, not everything's bad all the time. I mean, I was just kind of sitting in my house today thinking to myself, like, God, I really wish I had a job. I really wish that it was a little bit warmer outside, that it was not raining, and that it wasn't going to rain all week. That I was more motivated to edit the 4 or 5 different videos that I have recorded that I could publish to the channel and have you guys enjoy watching, but just can't bring myself to do it. A lot of the times I just kind of get up in the morning and it's cold in my house, so I just kind of get out of bed and just sit in my computer chair and watch other people hike on YouTube and think about how much I want to do that, and give myself reasons and excuses not to, because it's too cold outside, too rainy, got something I have to do later. I don't know, it kind of is what it is, I guess. Yep, so just was dropping off some lunch to Keith. And it's quite hilarious. He walked outside and he's just like, it's so gross outside. Man, it's cold and it's rainy and meh. And I'm just like, yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying. To myself in my car. To you guys, if you end up watching this. And yeah, that he was looking up some hikes and stuff because it looked like there might be a nice day on Saturday to get a chance to go out. But yeah, I told him I was going to try to go down to, there's a lake on the south end of Bellingham called Lake Padden, and there's a walking path around the lake, is my understanding. It's either a path or a trail, perhaps. Ooh, motorcycle. And so it's 2.6 miles round trip, nice loop. And so I was just like, you know, let's go try to get out and go for a walk. I feel like it would probably do me good. Try to make up for National Take a Hike Day yesterday. I totally forgot about. And yeah, just maybe it gets me out of my funk a little bit. Oh, I took a wrong turn, and so now I'm needing to turn around and head back the way that I came. I thought these misty mountains looked really cool up here though. So U Street, this is where I came off of, and I turned left, and I should have gone right. There's a lake.
Turn left onto Lakeshore Drive.
This is right up here. Oops. Well, I've made it out to Lake Padden. And it's not raining too hard right now, which is kind of nice. There's the lake. And here is the trail. Which is, it's pretty wet. Yeah, I think it's going this way. So yes, as I was saying before in the car, just been feeling unmotivated and just kind of blah, with everything going on, not being able to find a job and not being able to get to see anybody, friends, family, making new friends, just being kind of gross outside.
Yeah, that is kind of a lot of reading. And I don't know if it really lends itself to be a study necessarily.
And yeah, with all of that, it's easy to tell myself that this year's been terrible, worst year ever, I hate my life, blah blah blah. But then I stop and remember like all of the good things that happened this year too. I did a lot of hiking. I didn't get to hike the PCT, but I went out and I hiked a lot. Went out and checked out some new trails, and this looks pretty cool. Little dock. Come out here and check it out. But yeah, I got to hike a lot. I got to ride my motorcycles a lot. Woo, that was slippery. I might have hit a leaf or something. I'm not looking to go for a swim in the lake quite yet today. Very slick. Yeah, Keith and I got to go on quite a few little road trips, which were awesome. And yeah, we didn't get to go on a couple of the trips that we had planned. We were supposed to go to Hawaii in April, and that didn't end up working out. I just canceled a trip to Texas to see my family for Christmas this year. Because of COVID stuff, and yeah, you know, it kind of sucks that those didn't get to happen. But earlier in the year, we went down to California and got to go to Disneyland and try out the new Star Wars ride, which was super awesome. And I got to see a lot of my family while I was down there, my parents and my aunt and uncle and my grandparents. I went on a road trip with my parents, which was pretty cool. It's probably one of the first times that I've ever hung out with just them, just me and my parents. So that was pretty neat. And yeah, I rode my motorcycle down to Mount Rainier and camped there by myself. That was a pretty unique experience, which was pretty awesome. We moved here to Bellingham, which has been great. I think the timing for the move was a little bit of a bummer, just considering the fact that, you know, we're getting into this time of the year where it's not so nice to be outside. It's chilly and wet, and the COVID restrictions make it a little bit more difficult too to kind of get out and interact with people. But ultimately, I really like living here, and I think that there's more opportunity to get out and go to places like this and check out trails, and hoping to get into like bicycling some more when the weather gets a little bit better, and if we can find a bicycle, because we tried to go find one weekend before last, I think, and they just didn't have the ones we were looking for. But yeah, so I realize that there's a lot to be thankful for this year. It hasn't all been bad. And while I would love to have a little bit more people interaction, I'm thankful that I'm still able to keep in touch with some people from my old work, and Keith and I have been doing D&D online with some of our old coworkers and friends every other weekend, which has been awesome. I don't actually get to play one of the characters, but I've been playing I don't get to play one of the permanent characters that are like throughout the whole story, but I play characters that those characters interact with along their travels, which is a ton of fun. So that's been great. And yeah, I honestly believe that while I've been having trouble finding a job, and as much as I would like to have a job and feel like a contributing member of society, that not having a job right now is probably a good thing. It gives me some flexibility to cook more, which has been a lot of fun, and to, get out. Although I haven't been as much as I probably should be, it'll give me the opportunity to like work on actually doing that, making more content for the channel, and just hiking more. Honestly, I think that it was almost a blessing in disguise that I didn't get to go hike the PCT this year as well. I think I was ready to do it. I don't know that I was necessarily. Oh, keep getting some pretty substantial raindrops on myself. I think I'm gonna just pop the umbrella open for a bit. My nice sun umbrella that I was supposed to walk with in the desert on the PCT has now become a rain umbrella. Gotta find uses for things even if that's not what their intended purposes were, I guess. But yeah, I think my mom had said that she gave me a week, that I would last a week out on the PCT. And honestly, like the past few hikes that I've been out on, just how challenging they feel, I think she probably was right. I don't know that I would have lasted that long. I would like to think that I would have, but honestly, I think I could stand to be in better shape, a little bit better conditioned for doing something like that for an extended period of time. At the boat launch. And so yeah, I think that while I mourn the loss of that this year, I think that it gives me an opportunity to properly prepare to try again next year. And I've been seriously thinking about making that my goal, is just trying again next year. I was reading online that Scout and Frodo, they're trail angels who host hikers of the PCT as they begin their journey the night before they start down in San Diego. And this past year was going to be the last year they were going to host hikers, and since they didn't really end up hosting anybody, they decided they were going to host again this upcoming year if things work out. So I think I had looked to see if I could stay there for my hike this year, and I think they had all the spots reserved for the day that I was going. So, there's more information that I know about now that I think will make it easier for me to prepare for next year. Maybe get a better starting date for my permit, because late May is not ideal. I think it still works, but I'd probably prefer to do something kind of early April, mid-April probably. And so, yeah, I'm hoping that maybe it actually just works out better this upcoming year, that I'm better prepared and can still have that awesome experience. So I'm trying to see silver lining and things, and well, I don't always have that mentality. It's really hard to be positive all the time. I try when I can. Whew. It's a bit chilly out here, but it's nice and quiet. I'm glad that I got out to walk. It's very pretty out here. Sometimes I think about, the right weather conditions for a hike. And I just have to remind myself that sometimes there's beauty in weather like this too. That, partly sunny skies are not always the most ideal conditions to have a really neat experience. That was nice. I finished my loop around Lake Padden, and right as the rain started to get a little bit heavier, I finally made my way back to the car. I was thankful I had my umbrella with me. I didn't use it for probably most of the walk, but right there at the end, when it started to come down a little bit heavier, it definitely came in handy, so it was nice to have. But yeah, I think getting out and walking around made me feel a little bit better, and maybe I will have some motivation to edit some video this week and have some new content for you guys. I'm going to try really hard, but I'm not going to make any promises, because it is what it is. Sometimes you just can't do it. That's okay. So tell me in the comments below, what was your favorite part of 2020? What are you thankful for this year? And tell me what your least favorite part of 2020 was. And let it not be specifically COVID or specifically politics. But just, if it's something that came out of those things, that's fine. But, yeah, and then tell me something that you guys do when you're feeling down that makes you feel better. I think that, honestly, every time I get out and go for a walk outside, I always feel a little bit better afterwards, so, that would be my suggestion to you guys, is if you're ever feeling a little bit sad, a little down, just get out and move around a little bit, get some fresh air, and, hopefully that'll make you feel a little bit better. But 2020 is almost over. We will survive it. We will overcome. And, yeah, in addition to the other things, tell me what you guys are excited to do next. What are you planning for next year? What are you excited to do, try, experience? And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.